would be really interesting if you could give some perspective because there is so much misinformation, even to this day, about January 6th. Is there anything or things that you think that people most commonly get wrong or that you think is most significant for the public to keep in mind when thinking about January 6th?
Number one, about the committee, that it wasn't only looking into what the president was doing. As I mentioned, my focus actually was about how do we arm our law enforcement and intelligence community with better tools so that they can stop this from ever happening again. So I think when we were serving on the committee, this was not a partisan issue. I remember Senator McConnell was on the record saying, I'd like to see what the committee produces. And of course, we had Republican members of the committee, Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger, and I worked with them actually on the committee, and it was great. The only baseline understanding we needed is that all of us wanted to preserve democracy. Otherwise, Liz Cheney is a very conservative member of Congress. The chairman, Benny Thompson, is a progressive member of the opposite side, and so that is one misconception that with time, unfortunately, I think the Republican Party has sought to cast the committee in a partisan lens. And I think that is wrong because it's not accurate as to what the work we put into it. And I think just on that day as well, unfortunately, I think we all rallied around the idea that hurting officers leading to their deaths is wrong. That is never acceptable. But now, some folks will call it a tourist visit. Folks just touring the Capitol, even though our very own eyes saw what we saw.
We'll put in a couple pictures right here of just people smashing windows, scaling the walls. I think there's the pardon from the president definitely does not help optics.
Yeah.
What would you say, if you could say anything, I guess, directly to him or to those that were pardoned? Would you have any words?
Well, my first words are to Congresswoman Salazar because she has not said a darn thing in a year. It's been a year since he pardoned those folks. And this is a Republican Party that says they're for law and order. They can't possibly be if you're going to allow folks who plotted to violently overthrow our government, who did raise arms against police officers, led to their deaths. And a lot of those folks who have been released have now gone on to commit other crimes, some against children, some against members of their own family. These were folks who needed to be held to account. And it's unfortunate that there aren't enough people, and certainly not my representative, who feels that she can do her job and call out the president when he does something wrong, support him when he does something right. That's her job, is not to be all one thing or another. It's just to have a voice and a perspective for this community and not be slavish and in defense of the president. She's supposed to defend us, not him.